So, of course, Obama has to make clear what he feels about this Supreme Court ruling, knocking down DOMA and Prop 8, and he did just that in kind of an interesting fashion, actually. So, MSNBC had two gay couples who were involved in the case that eventually got to the Supreme Court, Chris Perry and Sandy Steer, and Jeff Zerillo and Paul Katami as well. And they were being interviewed live, and at some point, Human Rights Campaign President Chris Griffin walks onto the camera with a phone and says, "The president's here. He's calling from Air Force One." Let's listen.
Talking on the telephone, which I believe is with President Obama. Chad is right there.
The president's on the line from Air Force One.
President Obama.
Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. President. This is Chris Perry.
And Sandy Steer, and we thank you so much for your support.
Well, we're proud of you guys, and we're so glad that in California.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, thank you. And while we celebrate today, we know we've got to roll up our sleeves and get to work for those in the 37 states that didn't get marriage equality today. But we're well on our way. And thank you for your leadership.
You're invited to the wedding.
Okay.
I have no idea what he said there, because apparently the camera was actually mounted on a jet engine that was going full speed. But I don't think that we were intended necessarily to hear or even care what he said. I think it was just that he was calling. That was the entire point. Would anyone in the audience like to bet whether or not that was staged? Just a little bit. The fact that it wasn't like a random staffer, it was the Human Rights Campaign president who walked over with the phone, I think it might have been staged.
And how would you really expect the president of the United States to be like, I'm going to call these, he may be calling certain people at times in certain organizations that are going to help him out, but to call and be like, I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to have this very candid conversation. It's going to end up on the air. There's
Weird.
nothing the president says that he isn't sure is going on, unless you have an open mic at like a G8 conference. But that you're not planning to have said on there. What if he slipped up and said something,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe he was just like watching the MSNBC coverage and he's like, you know what, this would make a great photo op. Hey, NSA guy, give me their phone number. But anyway, I don't know entirely. Now, after that, Jay Carney, I believe it was, actually, no, it was Obama directly. We don't unfortunately have the video of his direct remarks about it, but we do have some of his quotes, and so we're going to read those for you. He says, in referring to DOMA, this was discrimination enshrined in law. It treated loving, committed gay and lesbian couples as a separate and lesser class of people. The Supreme Court has righted that wrong, and our country is better off for it. We are a people who declared that we are all created equal, and the love we commit to one another must be equal as well. All of that's good. All of that's great. I got no problem with that. But he eventually does have to hedge his bets at least a little bit, and so he's going to do that with these next few quotes. He says, on an issue as sensitive as this, knowing that Americans held a wide range of views based on deeply held beliefs, maintaining our nation's commitment to religious freedom is also vital. How religious institutions define and consecrate marriage has always been up to those institutions. Nothing about this decision, which applies only to civil marriages, changes that. Now, I did criticize him there a bit for hedging his bets. Now, he is also entirely right there. This is about civil marriage. This is about the government benefits that will go out to those now that DOMA has struck down, and that's what's good about it. And so I suppose it's only appropriate that he should try to ward off some of the fear, some of the anger coming from the religious in the audience. But I like that he's coming out with this. So Obama has had a bad couple of months. A number of nonsense scandals and a number of incredibly serious, totally appropriate to criticize the president for scandals have come out in just the last few weeks, just the last few months. I mean, obviously the NSA wiretapping is big. The government policy that requires different agencies to enforce how we're going to spy on each other in the workplace, just mind-blowing. But let's give him at least a little bit of credit on this issue. This is an issue that he's been good on. He's been good on for more than just the last few weeks. He came out last year in his speech and made clear that gay marriage should be legalized. He did not have to do that. Now, we can be cynical even in this case and say that it has something to do with the campaign donations coming from gay donors, and that may well be true, but Obama's, at this point, he's a pretty damn weak president. So when he makes any kind of forward momentum on an issue we care about, we have to give him some credit. Now, in terms of the call to the couples there, I have no doubt that he's hoping that that will take some of the oxygen out of the room that's been used up until now in the last couple of weeks to discuss the NSA and issues like that. But cynical views aside, the president was right on this case. He was right on this issue, and it will be, I think, looking back on his presidency, one of the highlights.